it was a wonderful session carried out with Elika. So Elika, tell me, what did you learn during this session with me?
Like, honestly, I just feel so excited because I just feel my competence and my confidence is really high. So firstly, what I learned was how to be more competent with how I'm using the IB system, and both the desktop and the browser version, and understanding the differences between them and what they can give me, and also understanding what other platforms that I might need to use outside of them, for example, TradingView, and why I might need to use those complementary platforms outside of IB. The other thing that I learned was how to choose the right tickers, things to look for. So, for example, looking at my volatility and also looking at open interest and looking obviously at the ticker price. And just feeling more competent between the difference of like bid and ask, buying and selling, call options, go buy calls and sell calls and puts, which I'm not going to focus on. I also feel just really confident in the difference between when I choose a call option or a stock to buy, and when I should look at those, also including thinking about things of like the fundamental analysis and the technical analysis, when it might be better for me to just go in with a share and at what price point, versus when it might be better to go in with call options, and again, at what price point. So then my watch list, like I feel really competent with like my zone of interest, and like, but also allowing myself to go to one, maybe two businesses outside of my like expertise. So yes, I feel really confident with like, the tech companies like the Googles and the Apples that I use, but there are some amazing organizations that are coming into the market and you highlighted some to me. And it might be good to just have one of those to create that diversity, and obviously the importance of why. It's a long question, but I mean, I think that explains why. I think that shares to you how happy I am with the amount of things that I've learned.
Awesome answers. So you used to have a problem with platform, right?
Yes.
People will get overwhelmed. So I mean, how do you feedback for what is your feedback for me as a trainer on how to overcome your issue of
Yes.
overcoming the platform?
Yeah. Well, I think one of the things that's working extremely well for me is that I know that my mind is wired for bigger picture, overseeing bigger things. And so the moment we get into minutia things, which of course things like technical analysis and fundamental analysis, especially technical analysis, can be very minutia. Like I can feel literally like my brain shutting down and I can't process the information and I get overwhelmed and stop. So what I love about your style is how you're just kind of giving me, okay, this is the big picture and this is what's common sense. And the things that are common sense, even though common sense isn't common, it is actually common sense. And when you know, okay, yeah, I get that and I get why, for me, you give me that confidence on the things that I need to zone in on for it to work for my brain and for me to do the thing that allows me to train with confidence. So I mean, you obviously have a wide capacity of people that you serve. I'm sure you have a lot of people that have like the engineer mind, the archaeologist mind of the detail. But at the end of the day, people that maybe love numbers and naturally geared to that level of detail. But people like me that maybe just want to trade because we want financial freedom, we want to feel empowered, we want to manage our own finances, but my brain isn't wired in that way. You're still able to serve me and allow me to feel confident and empowered to be able to do this alone.
Awesome. So how does it feel like to work with me, and will you recommend anybody else to work with me on study options?
Listen, you are like one of those people that God puts here as an angel that just is here to serve. Like, sometimes it's like when you're serving me, I feel guilty because I don't want to keep you up at late at night. You've got your own commitments, you've got your own training, you've got community, you've got your family, you've got your personal responsibilities. And so I really honor how much you just care for my well-being, care that I'm on track, care for the community, despite all the responsibilities that you've got. And, sometimes there are people here that are here to do a job. And then there are some people that just are put here and they go above and beyond because they just want to serve. And so let's be honest, if you have a choice, you want to go to the latter. And to me, you are one of those people.
That's awesome. So after this session, like what are you going to implement and why is it
So much,
important for you?
so much. Like
This is going to be the most important part. What are you going to implement and why is it
yeah, well,
important?
let's be honest. At the end of the day, it's not what I learn; it's what I implement. But at the end of the day, I've got to feel confident to implement in order to do that. So one of the first things I'm going to do is make sure every single week I have a calendar reminder of when I'm going to check my watch list. I have indicators for exactly where I want to go in, whether it be a share or a call option for each of the ones that are on my watch list. So every week I'm going to be checking that. Personally, for me, every quarter I review all my portfolio. So I know I'm going to be doing that every quarter. And then I think, you know, based on everything that I am comfortable with, if any of those organizations on my watch list are at those points, entry points that I'm going to go in, then I'm going to go in. And equally, if I go in and it's a call option, I'm going to be monitoring. And probably for me, I will monitor that closer than every week. I'm going to be monitoring when to come out. So that to me is an immediate action that can get me going straight away. The second action I'm going to take, just because I feel so confident now, is I'm going to be transferring some money out of one of the platforms that is not performing for me, that's managing that's managing some funds for me, where I feel with this level of confidence I have that I can outperform them. So I'm going to be transferring some money across into IB so I can manage that myself. And that's a huge thing for me.
Okay, thank you, Elika, for your awesome feedback. I mean, you
No
have been
problem.
awesome student
Anytime.
and
Anytime. Thank you for serving me all this time. It's been years, and it's testament to you and everything that you've done to support me. Why still, you know, I made a commitment to myself for my own personal growth at the beginning of COVID that I need to learn this. I need to learn the stock market. I need to empower myself. I need to be in charge of my finances. And it's testament to your support why I'm still here with you and this community, because I feel like, I mean, you're the person that can get me there.